Led by Rujo, Old Ocean has returned to once again compete in the OWCS. Defeating several top-tier teams, they secure a spot in the OWCS Korea by finishing in the top 4. Here's the Old Ocean final roster. The roster maintains its foundation with Proby, Becky, and Rujo, while statistically incorporating super rookies. With that being said, let's take a deep dive into Rujo's Ana today. He is starting off from the high ground. The enemy Genji made a bold move here, but he was quickly taken down once his team backed him up. That backup was so quick, I'm not gonna lie. And he's setting up on the high ground once again. Due to the enemy Freya holding a strong angle in main, if our Winston initiates, healing becomes a challenge. Moreover, the enemy D.Va has taken our high ground and is preparing for the dive. So he drops down right away, keeping an eye on Winston while rotating slowly. And with the high ground taken and enemy backline pressuring from the hotel, our Kiriko was forced to use Swift Stab early. Swift Stab is down for 7 seconds, so Rujo has to back off and play safe. But even after Freya gets picked off by Genji on the high ground, he still pushed forward. And with the nade already used, there's nothing left to stop their Genji. When our Kiriko used TP to the point, he should have backed off to avoid giving space since he had no nade left. Then when Kiriko's Swift Stab cooldown was up, he could have faked forward to make Genji, then waited for Kiriko's TP and received the heal. But luckily, they only lost one tick after a solid exchange at the front line, and the defense is held. With the enemy Genji having his blade ready, Rujo keeps his distance to avoid giving him an ultimate. And Proby pulled off an insane clutch here. As the enemy frontline charges in, Rujo dodges back to where the enemy came from. Afterward, Rujo purpled the enemy break. The enemy D.Va charged in without using metrics, and Rujo lands a clean sleep dart. To be honest, the Ana Kiriko competition relies on Ana being able to perform a highly defensive role, and he managed to keep the distance perfectly. Rujo proves he can still perform at a high level, even against active support players. Kivas is also playing really well. His backup is great and his game sense is on point. The enemy break used rally up front, forcing Groom to go prime early. As rally wraps up, he leads with a nano to control the tempo. Rujo steps a bit to get a clean angle for free damage. His mechanics are fluid, and his game IQ is outstanding. But unfortunately, they couldn't full hold and are now setting up for payload defense. With all supports ready and strike up, it's time to go all in and make a big play. Nanoed Winston charges in, forcing the enemy back into cover, and then he throws a nade to finish off their backline hiding inside. And the enemy team saw them overextending, catches it in used place to take advantage with a counter push. Dodo's playstyle is incredibly aggressive. Gurum and Minute Duo managed to get a trade, but the enemy is quicker to join the fight, so we'll need to look at the next turn. So this is a turn where the enemy has a lot of ults, so Old Ocean will need to set up and dive to breakthrough. Gurum dives in, but gets wiped out instantly, resulting in a teamfight loss. It could be seen as him diving in recklessly without a solid reason. Now, let's see what really happened. Tracer was positioned on the right side with a pulse bomb, and on the left side, Freya was positioned. Based on this setup, they relied on Kiriko's Suzu and Kisune to dive onto the enemy backline. It seems like he was too concerned about the enemy Genji and D.Va's dive, which led to him not rotating to the side, It's a bit of a shame that he plays so safely, because Minute had Pulse Bomb. If the enemy diva allows Tracer and Ana to spread across to both sides, even if she used Matrix to cover, they'll have to sacrifice either the Pulse Bomb or the Purple, which will likely result in a good outcome for Old Ocean. Despite that, Old Ocean managed to finish the team fight while forcing the enemy supports to use all their ultimates. It is the final turn, and he used Nano to set the tempo. Freya on top front and Tracer by the Mega set up a perfect position to take control. Wait, what did I just say? I need to see this from Dodo's POV. I'm telling you guys, Dodo is the next level Genji player. And in the end, Old Ocean successfully defended at the third point. By positioning on the high ground, he's ready to support our Winston and DPS in securing the high ground near the point. Since he has no information on the enemy Genji's position, it is impossible to drop down, healing his team while keeping an eye on the situation. And now, enemy Genji appears, and he quickly started adjusting his distance. In an Ana Kiriko composition, Ana's effectiveness is reduced, but Rujo has great control over his positioning and restraint. He definitely has a deep understanding of the game, making team play and strategic thinking second nature to him, allowing him to perform his role with great experience and skill. He's taking a very defensive position, but why is that? The reason is that he's preparing a setup to let our Kiriko flank. As our Kiriko flanks, Winston and Tracer engage. Then Freya and Ana play defensively while dealing with the incoming pressure. His team took out the break from the group diving in. The diver setup strategy seemed to be Coach Yangwon style. Having a predefined setup helps players feel more mentally secure during the game. Old Ocean managed to avoid the enemy Juno's ult. Now it's time to dive with Nano. The enemy has a solid defensive composition, so without extra ultimates or a proper setup, it is tough to take advantage. So Old Ocean knows that going straight ahead won't get them anywhere, so they start committing their front line to the sides. As you can see, Kivis perfectly baited the enemy Genji and took him down with the T. And after that, Rujo rotates to the top to look for a nade on the enemy backline. He throws a nade at their diva and focus fire, preventing the enemy from managing their health. After the nade, the diva can sustain, and with Rujo positioning, Old Ocean secured the enemy backline and gained the control of the point. Thanks to Rujo backing off, the enemy players went to the side to chase him. As a result, they capitalized on Kitsune around the point. And after that is Proby's show. I am really looking forward to OWCS Korea Stage 2, especially since we get to see Old Ocean again. Overall, Old Ocean's strength comes from Gurum, who despite coming from a flex tank background, excels at Winston, and is great with rush tanks like Junker Queen, showing a lot of potential. Proby has come back even stronger compared to the last Old Ocean. It seems like Kivitz will be playing as the main support, and with a double flex support competition, they should have a solid competitive edge. Overall, their setup play using the map expensively was impressive. Rujo has also prepared other supports like Juno, so we can expect him to show a better performance. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.